Here's a new one. Just because voters approved it doesn't mean it's going to happen. Florida voters, of course, overwhelmingly passed Amendment 4. That was the restoration of voting rights for felons.
But that doesn't mean the state is in any hurry, Greg, to accommodate the will of the people. And as investigative reporter Christopher Heath discovered, the state has told counties the whole thing is on pause until further notice.
The only thing they see is convicted felon.
It's been almost 2 decades since Michael Lockhart was found guilty of passing bad checks, a third-degree felony.
You've never been to prison?
I've never been to prison.
But you are a convicted felon?
Yes, I am a convicted felon.
He can't vote. Neither can Desmond Meade.
I was convicted of possession of a firearm by a convicted felon.
Both men have since turned their lives around, and come January, thanks to Florida voters, both men can get their right to vote back. Or not.
The state has not given you anything in writing.
Nothing in writing, just the verbal that they have put a pause on checking any felon packets or any application since December 1.
Orange County Supervisor of Elections Bill Cowles just returned from a meeting of election supervisors. And the news isn't great for felons looking to register on January 8th when the amendment goes into effect. It seems the state plans to drag its feet, with the current Secretary of State saying the legislature should weigh in. The legislature won't meet until March 5th.
It could be the new governor and the new Secretary of State have different directions. So again, it's just going to be a wait and see.
Cowles and other supervisors we spoke to say they will still take in registrations on the 8th and process them as normal. Meanwhile, for advocates of the amendment, this is the kind of mess they were hoping to avoid. From medical marijuana to class size to environmental lands, Florida lawmakers have a history of implementing amendments how they see fit. But a new administration arrives on the 8th as well, which means things could change.
There are an estimated 1.6 million felons in Florida that could register to vote next January when the law goes into effect on the 8th. Every county I spoke to in Central Florida told me felons who want to register to vote can fill out the registration on or after the 8th, and it will be sent to the state as normal. What happens then? We may have to wait and see. Christopher Heath, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.